So I said I wasn't gonna buy another knife until August. It was. I had bought the Rockstead and had said I'm going to not buy any knives for I think it's 4 months. And so now you guys are probably wondering why this knife is sitting in front of you, and the title of the video is "You said you weren't going to buy any new knives." So let me explain that. But yeah, so hey guys, it's Justin. Sorry for the lack of intro there. I hope you all are having a good week, and it's a good week in Indiana. Yeah, everything's just really great. Nothing to complain about. So yeah, so I did say that I was not going to buy any new knives for 4 months after I bought the Rockstead. However, this was one that I had committed to back in November of 2021, and it was supposed to come in a couple weeks after I committed to it, which would have been the end of November / early December. However, that got pushed off to what ended up being June of 2022. So in my mind, yes, I did buy a new knife. That is true, but at the same time, this was one that I had committed to months ago, and it was just the timing that was a little weird. So anyway, I'm back on the no knife buying. It's been really good. It's really helped me kind of appreciate more what I have, and just become more self-controlled when it comes to spending money on anything, really, not just knives. But aside from all that, let's talk about the new knife here. So this is a Rassenti Nirvana version 4.0. This one was just made a couple weeks ago by Peter in his shop, and I got it through one of my friends. And this is brand new, so yeah, it's a brand new piece. And that was something that I always had wanted. I really like his designs, but the other Nirvana I had was not really, it wasn't brand new. It was owned and I bought it as a secondary purchaser. And I don't know why it is. It doesn't bother me as much with cars, but with other things, I guess especially knives, if I'm not the first owner, especially on something as special as this, it just makes a difference to me. And again, I can't fully explain that. It's just nice to be the original owner on something like this. So you can see Peter's maker's mark there under the clip. So I'm going to do sort of a review on this, sort of in the vein of my older videos where I go through, the materials, the carry, the weight and stuff like that. And I don't have the ZT available. It's in the case, so I won't do a size comparison with that. I will grab one of my other knives though. All right, so let's talk Rassenti Nirvana. To do a size comparison, we'll just do a PM2. Everybody knows what a PM2 is. So you can see here, it is shorter than a PM2 by about maybe half an inch or so. Cutting length, though, as you can see, I'll flip that guy over. You can see the cutting length on the Nirvana is actually longer, and the reason for that is this kind of like steep upswept area here versus the PM2, which is a much more gradual upsweep. So yeah, you get more cutting edge out of the Nirvana. The handle on the PM2 is primarily what accounts for the extra length in the overall profile. So you can see here's about half an inch of extra handle when I line the blades up there. So there's your size comparison. In terms of thickness. Kind of put these side to side, sort of like Metal Complex does. You can see here the Nirvana is thinner than the PM2 by, sort of doubled them, maybe a millimeter or so. Yeah, something like that. But it's definitely thinner. And then pocket profile, you can see, yeah, that is gonna be hard with the angle of the camera. I'll try to hold them up straight. So you can see here, you know, fairly, let's see, where's the bottom? Yeah, fairly similar. The PM2 is a little bit taller, but not too much. So they do share some characteristics, actually more than you would think in terms of profile, size and profile. Because, you know, this does have the Spyderco style hole, so that's going to create more height in the blade. So yeah, this is you know, a little bit maybe more efficient than the PM2. In terms of materials, the handle is titanium, which is, you know, is a nice material. Titanium is always a good choice. It's strong, it's light. It looks nice. I mean, this has a really nice finish on it. And this is all titanium. The pivot is actually zirconium, which I didn't know until I saw Peter post another knife that he completed. And it had a pivot that looked very similar to this. So I reached out and he's like, yeah, this is also zirconium. So, which is really cool. The blade is CTS XHP. Apparently he uses a lot of CTS XHP, which I didn't know. I thought he mostly used S90V, which is what my other one is or was. So yeah, which XHP is a good steel. I'm actually happy this is in that as opposed to S90V because it has more corrosion resistance. So that'll be nice. But yeah, so basically, you know, it has titanium handle and it is an integral. I think all of Rassenti's knives are integrals. I may be wrong about that. If so, correct me in the comments. But his most popular models, like this one, is it the Druid? And then the one that Custom Knife Factory did, is it Satori? I may be wrong about that, but those models, even if I'm off on the names, you guys will probably know what I'm talking about. Those are all integrals. And this is as well, which if you don't know what an integral is, the handle is basically machined out of one piece of titanium. So you can see here, there are no seams whatsoever on that handle. Whereas on the PM2, it has the two scales and the back spacer. But this is just one piece of titanium, which I think is really cool. I don't know if it really offers any benefits in terms of the knife itself, but it definitely looks cool. It might increase the rigidity a little bit. So yeah, this one is running on bearings. I believe they're skiff bearings. That's what the other one was that Rassenti just finished. So yeah, it is not running on washers. And then this one is one of the differences with this one that I noticed, besides the profile from the first Nirvana, is it has like this stop pin here. And I'm honestly not exactly sure how it's set into the handle with this being an integral. On the version 1 Nirvanas, you can see where it's pressed into, you can see where the pin is pressed through the handle. But on this one, I can't really see anything where that pin is located. I don't see like a round area or anything. So I'm not exactly sure how he did that. But it looks cool. It's a lot sleeker and a lot more hidden. So that's a difference aside from the visual appearance. Carry wise, I have not carried this. This is probably my least favorite aspect of the Nirvana. The pocket clip, really, I think, in my opinion, it sort of lets it down. I'm just not a fan of this style of clip. It leaves a decent amount of the knife sticking out of your pocket, and the retention is okay, but it's not super confidence inspiring. So I haven't carried this yet. I did order another slip from Lancelot Leather, who did my Rockstead slip. He did a really nice job. So I ordered another slip from him for this. So I will probably carry it like that a majority of the time. And then I'll also prevent the clip from being all marked up and stuff like that. So yeah, not a huge fan of the clip. But I mean, functionally it's fine. I just wish it was a little deeper, maybe had a little more retention. Overall fit and finish, if you're looking at quality, this would pretty easily be a 10 out of 10. If you think back to my old rating scale, which I don't really use much anymore at all. It was good for a little while, but again, I talked about it in some previous videos. It got to be kind of overwhelming, and I don't know if people really benefited from it that much. But yeah, so the quality on this is definitely top notch. I mean, it locks up super solid. There's no blade play, no lock rock. The centering is perfect. You can see there. Might favor the left side just a tiny bit, but it's barely noticeable. All the finishes are very, very nice. Nice chamfering on the edges. This is a super nice cutout here on the lock bar for your finger. It's easy to access. The zirconium on the pivot looks really, really nice. You can see there and there as well. And then the finish on the blade is also really nice. It's like a stone wash. Let's see if it'll focus on that. The edge is a tad bit uneven, but not too bad. You can see here when it runs up to the belly, it gets a little bit thinner. And then on this side, sort of the same thing, but it still cuts really nicely. I cut like an Amazon package or something with this when I first got it. So yeah, this is the Rassenti Nirvana version 4.0, and in terms of quality and materials, blade steel, all of those things, it's top notch. The clip lets it down just a tad, but again, functionally it's fine. It's just, not really my preference. But yeah, if you can get your hands on one of these, I would highly, highly recommend it. Peter does a lot of this work himself. These are really impressive knives. He doesn't make a lot of them, so if you can get your hands on one, definitely make the jump. In terms of value, these run about $1,800, so they're not cheap. But when you consider the workmanship and the fact that this is a custom knife, and then you have the nice steel, and you have all titanium, and it's an integral. You have the zirconium pivot. I mean, when you think about all that stuff, it's not a bad value at all. So anyway, this will be my only knife until probably the end of August or September, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Really, really excited that I was able to secure this. And again, I did secure it back in November. So yeah, I'm gonna make a video when I get the slip, just to sort of show that. And anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and please subscribe if you're not. And we'll talk to you on the next one. See ya.